If it wasn't for him. I'll tell my story a little bit later, but I just really want to get out the way and introduce you guys to him. This gentleman is one of the best speakers that I've ever seen, one of the most passionate. It's almost like Pastor John, a white version. But he's like a big brother to me. I mean, we hung out at one of his suites in kind of the OC area. He travels all over the world. He's got houses in Mexico. He's always in Australia. He's supposed to be in Arizona, but he's never there because he's always traveling, right? But that's what happens when you live a life of financial and time freedom, when you work really, really, really hard and go out there and make it happen. By the way, if this is your first time coming to a regional event, or maybe you haven't been here in a while, could you please raise your hand and everybody give them a round of applause? I want to acknowledge you guys. Welcome, congratulations. Awesome, so enough talking on my part. I just want to get out of the way, and so we can dive into the information. What you guys are going to see today, if you're a guest, or maybe you haven't been here for a while, you're seeing this again, what you're going to see is an incredible opportunity for you and I, regular people like us, to go out there and have massive success without, sales, skincare, marketing, whatever kind of experience. And there's no other person to explain this to you better than this gentleman right here. He's the #1 income earner in the company, top crown agent, Mr. John Malott.
Dancing today? Can hear me? Can't hear me? Lucky. I don't want anybody to go back. Are we on now? No? Better? No? Another reason why we should maybe test some stuff before I get up here. You got mic in the back. Take another mic. All right. You guys good? We okay? You all right?
Yeah.
All right. Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind introduction, Dan. Dan didn't say anything about himself, but he is a rising star inside of our organization. Matter of fact, his presentation is much better than mine. So the only reason why I'm up here is because of my position in the company. But when it comes to delivering the information, Dan, and how many people have seen Dan in front of the room before? Man, the guy's a powerhouse. It is great to see. It's great to see, my people, the young people, my people doing such amazing things inside of our community, inside of our company. And Dan, I'll tell you, where did Dan go? Dan, leave. I was about to compliment him. How do you walk out when I'm talking about you, man? What's up, Dan? I was going to say, Dan, that was like the second best introduction I've ever had. I was back there saying, keep talking. You keep making me sound better than I really am. And it was the second best introduction. The first best is when the host didn't show up and I did my own introduction. So you can imagine how powerful I was that particular day. But hey guys, we're going to jump into it. Matter of fact, I feel too disconnected, so I'm going to come out here. Is that okay? Yeah. We got a lot to cover, and we're going to cover it in a very short period of time. But here's what I discovered as I travel now all over the world, and I've got this amazing opportunity to speak, to really give my biased opinions about a lot of different things. And you're going to get that today throughout this presentation. I always tell people I never let my subject get in the way with what I really want to say. So who knows what I might talk about here. We might get to Seacret at some point. But the reason why a lot of people are here, when I travel around the world and I speak in front of rooms like this, there's guests that are in these rooms for a lot of different reasons. Like today, there's guests, some of the guests in here have heard about these amazing products that we provide. And that maybe you've heard the story of the Dead Sea, this eighth wonder of the world, this magical place, this place of rejuvenation, of renewal. So maybe you're here today. I talked to a lady in the back. She said not too long ago, she was floating in the Dead Sea. And we find that people that have been to the Dead Sea, they know right away what we've got. And so maybe you're here because of the story behind the products and what really drives these products. Maybe you're here today because you've heard there's an economic opportunity. How many people could use some economics in California? Like this, you guys, this place, man, to buy a one-bedroom bungalow is like $12 million. I mean, California is serious. You guys need, economics in California. So maybe you're here today looking at Seacret because you've heard there's an economic opportunity. How many of you know if you can provide solutions to people's problems, you can pretty much write your own ticket in this country? That's just the way it is. If you can be a problem solver, if you can find solutions, you can write your own ticket. So maybe you're here because you've heard that we're providing solutions to people's challenges, and there's an economic opportunity attached to that. Some of you, judging by the looks on your faces, you have no idea what you're doing here. somebody drug you, well, hopefully it didn't drug you, but they got you here this morning, and that's what counts. And my job is real simple, guys. In a very short period of time, I'm just going to give you some information. I'm going to deliver some information. What you do with the information is completely up to you. I can tell you, what we did with the information. I'll share my story as we go through the presentation here a little bit today. But my job is simple. I'm going to give you some information, and based on the information that I deliver to you, you can make a decision. What I find is smart people make smart decisions, and so you'll decide when we get done with this presentation if it's for you, it's not for you, whatever. It makes no difference. I'm just going to deliver the information. Is that okay? You guys all right with that? All right, let's jump into the presentation. First off, who are we? Who is Seacret? Seacret is a skincare company. If you haven't heard that, now you know. And it's interesting that I'm here talking about skincare. First off, I'm a guy. I have so many hang-ups when people, they introduce me to skincare. I'm like, look, skincare for me is whatever soap went on my head, that went on my body, and I rolled out. That was skincare. Skincare for me, I felt like skincare was, cosmetics. It was makeup, right? I was fortunate that I had a world-class entrepreneur. Some of you guys have heard the name Isaac Ben Shabbat, one of the most amazing men on the planet, one of the most humble men you'll ever meet, one of the most successful man I've ever met in my life. And Isaac broke some things down to me when he started to talk about our particular skincare, and he started to talk about the Dead Sea. He said, look, man, the Dead Sea has never been about cosmetics. It's never been about makeup. It's always been about the health of the skin. And as men today, how many men have grown savvy enough to realize that the things that we put in our body, what we eat today, affects the organs, affects the inside, which eventually affects the outside? How many people would agree with that? Are we savvy enough to get that? So what we put in on the inside affects us, right? It affects our organs. But today we're slathering, petroleum byproducts and mineral oils all over the largest organ of the body, which is the skin. Arguably the most important, because it's the one that protects all of the stuff on the inside. You guys getting this? And so I was fortunate. I had Isaac Ben Shabbat come to my life and started to educate me a little bit, started to teach me some things, and it started to make sense to me. And then he talked about the mission of the company and the direction of the company and where we were going. Now here's one of the challenges I find when I speak to rooms like this on a regular basis, that so many of us have been programmed and conditioned for so long. We've been programmed and conditioned to do certain things. We've been programmed and conditioned. Like, I don't know if you guys heard this. I was told as a young person that you should go to school so you can get a good weapon. No. You don't get the job first. Trust me on this one. You got to get the education first. You got to get the good grades, get the education. Once you've got the education, then you can get the what? Then you get the good job. And then once you've got the good job, then what happens? Make more money. One person said make more money. Okay, we got one person on that path. Look, what do we do? You work for how many years? How many years do you work on that job? But it's forever, it seems like, right? Right after you're done working, then you go greet at Walmart, until you die, right? It's this cycle, and we're supposed to be living the American dream based on that advice. How many people feel like they're living the American dream based on that advice? It's lives today of quiet desperation, doing exactly what we're told, doing it day in, day out. You guys have another extra challenge that we don't experience all over the country, and that's something called traffic. You guys have some serious traffic. I see you guys giving people the number 1 sign on the way to work and back. And it's interesting, the other day, you guys ever see these cattle trucks? They got these trucks that they haul cows in to make our Big Macs, right? And so the other day I was on your freeway and I'm driving along. Well, I wasn't really moving, but I'm on your parking lot traffic freeway. And I look over, and right next to me was one of those cow trucks taking what I'm talking about. And I look over and I see this cow, and he looks at me with this. He had that big brown sad eye, and I felt bad. I was like, oh. I couldn't do much. I wanted to jump out and set him free on the freeway, but I probably would have. You guys got cameras too everywhere and helicopters following everybody. So anyhow, I felt bad for this cow. He knew where he was going. I knew where he was going. I felt bad. Anyways, as I move up a little bit further, there's a guy. I look over. He was obviously on his way to work, had the same sad brown eye, looked over at me. I'm like, I said, roll down the window. I gave him my information. We got him a video, and we're going to get started in Seacret here very shortly. But look, so today we've been programmed and conditioned to do this over and over and over. And then the challenge is that we're teaching our kids to do the same thing. But here's what I'm discovering is that we live these lives of quiet desperation. And part of the challenge and part of the reason why people are freaking out, part of the reason why people are so stressed out is because we're not living to the potential that's already inside of us. You know what I'm talking about? And when you're not living to the potential that you have, whatever it is that you have inside of you that you were put here to do, or maybe you don't know yet, but you're trying to figure out what that purpose is. Or maybe you've discovered that the purpose cannot be stuck in this cubicle next to the guy that you can't stand every single day for the next 30, 40 years. How many people know what I'm talking about? Or the boss being underneath the thumb of another man or another woman that doesn't have the same integrity. You ever have a boss that tells terrible jokes? I got a boss every morning told terrible off-color jokes, but we had to laugh. It's like, that's funny. Because he controlled the what? He controlled the paycheck, and there's something called brown nosing. How many people know what a brown noser does? And so you had to do things because the whole mission is to what? Is to climb the corporate. The problem with the corporate ladder is someone else's big fat butt is always in the way. And like, look, you got to take somebody out. That's why when we're patting people on the back, we really got a knife in our hand, and we're in there trying to make sure. And then if you train somebody on the job, you're actually training them so they can take your job at some point. And this frustration has got us taking more drugs and that. Well, I think marijuana is legal now in California. Is that right? Or sort of? It doesn't even matter. You guys smoke it anyways. But all I know is that drugs, we take more drugs than any other country in the entire world, which tells me maybe there's something weighing on our psyche that forces us to do that. And that's just the illegal drugs. Let's talk about the legal drugs today. We've made Pfizer Corporation and Merck these massive drug companies. Prozac, the biggest selling drug on the planet. Why are we taking Prozac? Because we're depressed, because we're stressed out, because again, we're not living to the potential. Now, you can argue this all day long, but the statistics are very clear. So when I come in to talk about a business opportunity, the first thing I have to do is say, look, I know you came in with your guard up. I know you came in upset. Some of you guys look like you hate me, don't even know me, never even met me. Mad at me already, like, look, I get it. And you should be skeptical. You should walk in the room skeptical, because if you're not watching your wallet, I can't watch it for you. You guys know what I'm talking about? I've got 4 kids, 4 daughters. They're always somebody trying to get into my wallet, right? And then if you have 4 daughters, you catch on very quickly. You have to get rich in America. You got 4 kids, 4 daughters. Look, night vision goggles are expensive. The shotguns are expensive. You've got to have money today to get through the teenage years with these crazy kids. Excuse me. So anyway, you understand where I'm going with this? It's 2 of you do. Thank God. So I'm going to talk to you 2 for the rest of the presentation now. So look, so I come in to set the stage, and look, when I was first introduced to this profession now 21 years ago, and I sat in a room like this, and I sat in a room and I was mad. I was skeptical. I was like, it's not going to work. I was that guy. Anybody know that guy? I was everything was a problem. Everything was negative. Nothing would work. And I remember sitting in that room and I was upset. I didn't like the speaker. I don't know why I didn't like him. I didn't know him. Just like I don't know why you don't like me. You don't know me either. But I was frustrated. The truth was when he started to peel back the layers, when he started to break down what was really happening. Here I was driving my Pontiac 2000, 2-tone, 1-tone rust, 1-tone dirt. You see these guys? Nowadays we can't drive. Now everybody's got big egos. Driving Escorts with big rims. Stereo system costs more than the basement of their mom's house they're living in. And these big in Texas they say big hat, no cattle. Today we've become this big fake facade, group. We look good, smell good, but the reality is if we peel back the layers and we start to talk about the things, we start to realize there's not a lot of substance there anymore. We don't know what to do because we've been programmed over and over. And it started with the great steel baron, Andrew Carnegie. Look, Carnegie was the guy who started the libraries now, but Carnegie knew long time ago when we were free, God bless you, when we were truly free people. When we were free, when you either were an entrepreneur or you were farming the land, you did something. There weren't government programs today. I just listened on the radio in California. You guys got a program for cell phones. Like if you get free cell phones even. You get free food, free cell phones, free room and board, free money, everything if you want it. There's enough entitlements for everybody. I read a statistic recently that over 50% of Americans are on some type of government entitlement today. Wow. Think about that today. Over 50% of Americans are getting some type of entitlement from our government today. The government can't pay the bills as it is, and we continue to give more and more. What it used to be was more people contributing to a system, and then if there was a challenge, the people came together to support the people. You've heard it like this. You ever hear the saying that it takes a village to raise a child? Today it's Children's Planet daycare. Drop them off there and hope that they don't leave them in the van when it's too, or whatever. Hope that they teach the right values. Hope that they teach these kids. But we're putting it all onto someone else to raise our kids, or Barney, or whatever television program is doing it today. And so, today we're in this situation where we're living these lives of quiet desperation. We don't know what to do, how to do it. We've been programmed and conditioned so much to do the same thing over and over, and we're depending on other people today. I had my daughter tell me the other day, she told me she was independent. I said, oh, that's the funniest stuff I ever heard. It was like right after she asked me for $450. I said, oh, you're really independent. And then I started to catch on. Now people are getting frustrated when the government tells them what to do. And they're telling us what to do more often. They're creating more and more rules. How many people know what I'm talking about? Telling us what we can buy, what we shouldn't buy, where we should go, where we shouldn't go. Creating more things that again leads to more frustration. Giving us things and taking care of our financial situations, or giving us these entitlements. Guess what they have the right to do? Tell us what to do, just like I have the right to tell my daughter, this is what you should do. As long as you are dependent upon me, I'm going to continue to do this. Now, how many people want to be dependent? No, you don't. Trust me on this. You do not want to be. That was a trick question. That's just to make sure. I had to make sure that he's listening. Some people just raise your hand. You've been programmed. Raise your hand when I say something. Come on now. You've been in church. So, no, nobody wants to be dependent. What we want to be is what? Independent, right? And today, it's difficult to become independent because we've been programmed and conditioned to become dependent. When Carnegie brought us in from the fields, when Carnegie brought us in, from our stores and from our entrepreneurial vendors, it was very simple. It was to create a system. It was to create a system of dependence at that time upon one family. Because think about it. He was bringing us in for something called security. We were replacing our freedom in America for security, which was in the form of what? Little green pieces of paper. And we would dance and we would do all these different things for what we call a steady paycheck, right? And we started to trade our freedom little by little for the steady paycheck. But Carnegie was smart. Carnegie knew as this started to expand and I started to build the steel mill, what would have to happen? These people would come in. He owned the real estate that they lived on. Where do you think that money was going? Back to the Carnegie family. Carnegie knew these people would have to buy things. They'd have to purchase goods and services. Who do you think owned the stores? Look at the Carnegie family today. Still billionaires today. Fortune chopped up. You can put every single one of those kids and grandkids on the billionaires list today. And so he built the stores, but the biggest thing he did, the smartest thing he did, was he created the education system that we know today. Think about this. It was a steel baron who really set the education system in place based on the Prussian system, which creates what? Great soldiers and great workers. And so he started to create this system of great. What do we got today? We got more wars. I don't even know where we're fighting today, but we got soldiers, more soldiers, great soldiers than anywhere else in the world, right? And we got harder workers. We're still known for having a great work ethic. It's not always that clear, but it's true. We are hard working. We'll work. We'll give blood, sweat, and tears to build someone else's dream every single day. Am I right about this? And so he created this system. The biggest thing he did is he created the school system. So the kids of the people that working in his factory, they had to get an education in order for the steel mill to progress, to grow on, to compete in the world, and to create better steel and bigger companies. And it was interesting that the same bell that rang inside the school system, when it was time for recess, when it was time for break, it was the same bell ringing inside the factory. It was like Pavlov's dogs. We were already being programmed and conditioned, and we didn't even know it. We didn't even fight it. Now today we're frustrated by it. It used to be, guys, I remember when the first layoffs hit. I remember the first layoffs. Like some of you guys are way too young, but back in the day, there was the first layoff that ever happened in one of these big industrial things, and we were up in arms. We couldn't believe that this company would make these promises and these commitments and then not deliver on it. Nowadays, we're so used to it, there's not a chance that a young person is going to go into a company and spend the rest of their life there. It's just not going to happen anymore. That's the way it used to be. And then the companies would have something called pensions that allowed you to live your retirement well. Do pensions even exist today? They're they've rapidly disappeared. Once one company decided they didn't have to pay the commitments of the pensions, guess what? Then our company doesn't have to do it either. Our company, then it all became about the shareholder and the CEO. And again, quiet desperations, more Prozac being consumed. And then we got kids with energy today. We can't have kids with energy, so what do we do with kids with energy? Put those damn kids on some Ritalin. We ain't got time for this stuff. Take the energy away because daddy's tired, mommy's tired. I worked all day, right? I've been stuck in traffic. I don't want to deal with a kid with energy. So what does this have to do with the presentation? It has everything to do with the presentation. Because first thing first, we got to figure out who we are. What are we doing? We got to peel back the fake facade that you can break with a rubber hammer and say, look, where am I for real? Am I willing to say this is the truth of my situation? Not everybody in this room, because some of you, I can tell that some of you have economic ability. Some of you are doing well financially. Here's what I tell people all the time that I meet all the time that are doing very well financially. I say, congratulations on all your success. When I'll be extremely excited for you those when you help other people create the same success. It's one thing to be, some people know big ballers that are successful and have done real well, but it's just them. You know what I'm talking about? Success is when you add value to yourself, and we're very good at that as a society, but significance is when you add value to others. Now, the reason why I'm here, guys, is because I was fortunate that I've had great mentors come in my life, and one of my great mentors, he said, first off, with great success comes great responsibility. And then he said to me something that has stuck, and the reason why I'm here today, he says, if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll never have to worry about what you want. The reason I'm here today is because I realize that if I can help enough people in this room take care of their car payments, guess what I never have to worry about? A car payment. If I can help enough of you take care of your mortgage, guess what I have to worry about? My mortgage. If I can help enough of you raise your own kids instead of dropping them off at the daycare, well, my kids are going to daycare for sure. I got to get out of the house. But some people want their kids with them more often. But for those that, look, I'm telling you, that now the ability to travel around the world. My 6-year-old right now is in Australia. She's got more stamps on her passport than 90% of the adults that I meet on a regular basis. The ability to teach our kids how to end racism by travel and breaking bread with different cultures and being in different environments. You guys know what I'm talking about? And so you have to decide, what does it mean to you? What is it? Because I can talk to you today about money, which I'm not even going to talk to you about money. Some people came here thinking I'm going to talk about money because you've been programmed and conditioned to think that these things are all about money, money, money. How many people know what I'm talking about? Money, money, money. The guy in front of the room says you're going to be rolling in a Ferrari, living in the big house on, the top of the hill, and it's just a big, big money, money, money pitch. It's the reason why we've made the infomercials $1 billion, because what do they talk about? They talk about, no money down fortunes to be made in real estate. It's just going to be money, 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 money. We pretend like we're not interested in that, but we know that's a damn lie. How do I know that? Because we've made the package pushers rich. We've turned into a multi-billion-dollar industry because we're all trying to live the American dream, and we think that it's a get-rich-quick thing. And if I talk to you about getting rich quick, you're going to pretend like that's not what you're interested in. Oh, this is too much, guys? Because, no, I know we want this. I know that we want it. It's not politically correct, though, to admit that. But I see what we're doing on a regular basis. I'm writing a book called Cocaine and Big Macs, the instant gratification of our society that we don't even realize is killing us. That we want it now, we want it fast, we can't wait. We don't want to plant the seed and wait to go to harvest. We want to plant the seed today and then yell at the seed to grow by tomorrow. I'm telling you, and our kids have gotten this worse than ever today. Everybody today wants to be the hip-hop star, but don't want to spend no time in the studio. Or whatever it is they're trying to. You guys get what I'm saying? And so this instant gratification of our society. Now, what I'm here to talk to you about, unfortunately, for most of us, is a wealth-building plan, about a vehicle that can bring you wealth, that can bring you long-term wealth, that requires some seed planting. It requires some patience. It requires some tenacity. And unfortunately, it requires that dirty 4-letter word that we're coming to despise in this country. It's called work. And I hate to do that. I hate to set this trend, because some of the guests were told you're going to hear from a guy that's going to teach you how to make all kinds of money, 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 money. I'm going to show you how to create wealth principles that can set you and your family free, to build a financial wall around you and your family that nothing can penetrate. Is that okay with you? Is that okay? So let me jump into it. Who are we? Who is Seacret? Well, Seacret is not available. All right, by the way, we're looking for an AV person. If you guys know anybody good in audio-visual stuff, we're looking for that person for the next California event. Look, you got one note. All that, got one note. Who is Seacret? Who is Seacret? Guys, let's talk about the vehicle. Again, we're telling our kids they should do all these things, and they're watching us lose houses. They're watching us be frustrated. They're watching us lose cars. They're watching us, hiding from the bill collectors. They're watching us frustrated. So they know they're being bamboozled, so they're not going to necessarily want to follow in our path. Would you agree with that? So what I've discovered is you can't just tell kids they can be anything they want, because we tell our kids all the time, how many people were told by their parents you can be anything you want? In this country, you can be anything you want. And then it's a bunch of crap. It's a lie. Even the parents don't believe it, because they can't look you in the eye when they say it. So they know it's a lie. They know you can't be the president. You're probably going to be in prison, is what they're thinking. And so, this is too much. Because they know it's a lie. They know the cards are stacked against us. They know it is. How many people know, if we talk about this for a second, the cards are stacked against most people today. If you're not born in the house with the Rolls Royce, it's a whole different program. Am I right? And so what I realize is that it's not, you just can't tell people they can be anything they want. You've got to show them. You've got to give them a specific strategy, and then you've got to give them a vehicle. Today, the vehicle for most young people, they don't want to go, frying the French fry at McDonald's. They'd rather be on one of your beaches here, frying on the beach underneath the sun, right?
And they're seeing this cycle that's getting lower. So let me talk about the vehicle. Who is Seacret? We're an international luxury skincare company. You guys have seen us in the malls. I know you're scared. You've been scared in the malls because if you've seen us, we're in these kiosks. How many people have been in the kiosk? How many people go to the mall to go to the kiosk? Not a single one of you. Nobody. No, not nobody. No, nobody not goes to the mall to go to a kiosk, right? I'm trying to get to, Apple Store, Victoria's Secret. I got stuff I got to do. I don't want to make eye contact with one of those kiosk operators. If you got those tractor beams, they suck you in, and all of a sudden stuff's missing out of your wallet. And so I pretend like the other day I was walking by, I pretend like I was on the phone, except for I forgot to actually put my phone up, and I was like, Dan, you caught me, man. I had to go over and buy something because you caught me. But that's where we started. And check this out. To move over $1 billion of the products I'm about to introduce you to move over $1 billion in the most adversarial place on the planet, a kiosk in the mall. Let me tell you what that means. Two things had to happen. Number one, had to be high-end, had to be high quality. Number two, we had to show the end user, we had to show the consumer in 30 to 60 seconds that these products were superior to the products they were currently using. You guys get this? You had 30 to 60 seconds to show them something. You couldn't just pitch it. You couldn't just talk about it. They had to experience something that they've never experienced before. You got this make sense to you? Yeah. 30 to 60 seconds. Otherwise, that $200 I got, that was for the Apple Store, not for the kiosk. But to move $1 billion in that environment tells you for sure that we've got something very special, something very unique, and I'm going to share a little bit with you. Of course, over $1 billion in retail, we're now transitioning. We're transitioning the company into something called relationship marketing. Have you guys heard of relationship marketing? Relationship marketing is very simple. It's people do business with people they know, like, and trust. How many people would rather do business with someone you know, like, and trust? We don't need the superstars anymore. We don't need the actors and the athletes to sell us products anymore. Young people today, when it comes to buying clothes or whatever, a shirt, they'll go in the dressing room, take a picture of what they're wearing, put it up on social media, and depending on how many likes they get, depends on if they're going to buy that product or not. And today you can check the pricing on things. Things have changed so dramatically, and we're buying based on social feedback. We're buying based on social feedback. This is going to be important to understand. Relationship marketing is basically building businesses based on social feedback, based on building relationships. All right, you guys are with me. We're going to keep moving. It's a massive industry. The products, the formulations, look, it's real simple. It's the perfect blend of science and nature. Science and nature coming together to create some amazing products. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. And look, I can go into the plant extracts, I can go into all this stuff, but here's the key to the whole thing. The products are derived from a place called the Dead Sea. The products are derived from a place called the Dead Sea. This amazing place. 26 minerals found at the Dead Sea, 12 of which you can't find in that combination anywhere else on the planet. This is what, look, if you go back in history, for 5,000 years, they've been talking about the Dead Sea. We're from Solomon to Herod, Sheba, Cleopatra, Gene Simmons, Rihanna, have been talking about the Dead Sea and the benefits of the Dead Sea. 1.7 million people will travel there this year alone. You guys know that 1.7 million people. I was there about a year ago, and it was crazy to me to see these big coach buses filled with people, mainly Europeans. Then I'm talking to these guys, and they're saying, look, this is my 10th time, my 15th time coming to the Dead Sea. Wow. Do you know that in certain parts of Europe, they actually prescribe the Dead Sea as a cure to what eczema, severe skin conditions, things like that. It's very interesting. Now, in America, we would never do that because, look, what do? If you got a problem, we give you a pill. That pill, fixes one problem but creates a new problem. But that's okay, we got more pills for you, and we keep that cycle going. We would never. But how many people believe that there's things in nature that were maybe put there to help benefit us? How many people think there's some natural cures out there, potentially? I'm not here to say this is a cure. I'm just here to tell you that 1.7 million people keep traveling there. Now watch this. They told me that this lady called Cleopatra used to travel to the Dead Sea. She would travel 60 days on the back of a camel through the desert to get to the Dead Sea. And she attributed her beauty to what? The Dead Sea. She wrote this in her journals. Now here's what I know for sure. If Cleopatra went to the Dead Sea one time, 60 days on the back of a camel, and she gets to the Dead Sea and it didn't work, would she be going back? No. Hell no. She'd be telling, hey, King Tut, yo, the Dead Sea's a scam. There's a bunch of... But what Cleopatra didn't know, all she knew was that when she bathed in the salty waters and when she put the mud on her skin, that she came out, her complexion was different. She felt different. And it wasn't because they had science behind it. It was because of the 26 minerals, 12 of which can't be found in that combination anywhere else on the planet, that got her the results. How many people are more interested in the results? Forget all the other stuff. What they knew was the results. Later on, science came and said, this is the reason why this place is so mystical, so magical, so incredible, so rejuvenating. And all we've done is very simply, we've taken those minerals, we've taken the Dead Sea and we package it. If 1.7 million people will go to the Dead Sea every year, what do you think can happen when we arm people that know, like, and trust them, and we take these products out into the marketplace? What do you think is going to happen? We already seen what happened. And last year, in 2014, we were the #1. We were the fastest growing in terms of percentage of growth company in all of relationship marketing. Now that's fantastic, but our history doesn't mean jack to the brand new person sitting here saying, well, what does that mean to me in the future? What it means to you in the future is that we've already set the stage. We've already put it in motion. We've already proven, #1, that the consumer will expel over $1 billion of their hard-earned money in the most adversarial place on the planet, a kiosk in the mall. And what happens when you cut the products in half, cut the price of the products in half, and now deliver them through people with integrity, people with character, people that are looking out for other people, people that are really into providing value? You guys, it makes us the fastest growing company in all of relationship marketing, guys, and we're just getting this thing started. The body products, we got a lot of different products. How many people have used the salt and oil? Anybody use the salt and oil scrub? I can tell some of you did this morning. You were touching yourself as you were walking in here this morning. Look, the divorce rate has plummeted since we introduced that product. Couples are now, it's from the neck down type thing, and things are happening. It's rekindling relationships and stuff in California. So we've got these amazing products that provide instant type results. We've got, of course, I love the body butter. I'm so silky smooth from head to toe because of the body butter. Even in my hair, I now put the body butter. It's and I didn't understand. Again, I wasn't a skincare guy, but I started to catch on that there's things I can do on the outside, there's things that I can take care of on the outside that make me look better. And when you look better, you can then what? Feel better. And when you feel better, you do better. When I get to the training later, I'm going to talk about some of the challenges that people are having is because they don't like the way they look. Some of you guys know my story. I don't have all the things that society says you're supposed to have to be successful. I don't have a college degree. I don't even have a high school diploma. Now, some of you guys are ready to roll out right now because you've been programmed that if this cat don't have a degree, we should be listening to him. Might not should be listening to him. And so every now and then I prove. I'm like, every now and then I will prove to you that anybody can get rich in America. I'm telling you. I am living proof that it doesn't take much. It takes a little tenacity. It takes a little persistence. It takes the right vehicle and the right leadership, the right people around you. You guys with me? Yeah. And so, anyhow, where was I? It doesn't matter. I was heading somewhere and I completely lost my train of thought. By the way, I got ADD and 4 other conditions, and I'm proud of it. Oh, I don't have all the things society says. I don't have a college degree. I don't have a high school diploma. Had a heart attack from smoking cocaine when I was 17 years old. Someone's laughing about that. That shit is not funny. Didn't have all the things that society says you're supposed to have to be successful. I was frustrated. I was behind on life. I was getting nowhere fast. I was fortunate that I had a world-class entrepreneur. By the way, it happened in a drug rehabilitation program. The reason why I bring it up here is because what changed my entire life was in a drug rehabilitation program. Somebody saw more of me than I saw myself. And by the way, they held the mirror up to me. They said, look, the reason why you are where you are, the reason why you're so frustrated, it's not because of the teachers, which you blame. It's not because of your father, which you blame, or your mother left when you were a kid. It's not anything to do with them. It has nothing to do with the police. It has nothing to do with society. It has everything to do with you. And for the first time, somebody held the mirror up and said, no, you made an appointment to be here. 5 years ago, you made the appointment to be. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to say it to all of us, that wherever you are today in your life, no matter what it is, economically, spiritually, health-wise, whatever it is, that was an appointment that we set 5 years ago to be there. And I was fortunate they held this mirror up to me and forced me to look in the mirror. And it was about taking responsibility. When I started to take responsibility, then things started to change. I started to take responsibility and my life started to change. I went around world-class entrepreneurs that said my past didn't have to equal my future. To stop making excuses. I saw Tony Robbins here in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago. And I remember what he said. He said, the problem is not our problem. It's the story we tell about our problem that's the problem. You stub your toe in the morning. Well, that's okay. That's now the toe has been stubbed. It's done. We don't have to take the toe stubbing problem to work with us and to our kids, and now we're mad about the problem for the rest of the day, but people are doing that with their economic life. They're doing it with their health life, walking around saying my back hurts all damn day, and all these different things that we do. And so the story about the problem becomes the problem. So my story about society being the problem, my story about the government being the problem, my story about the teachers being the problem, all these things, that's what really was the problem in my life. And when we started to change the mentality, we started to change the thinking, it opened me up to find a vehicle like Seacret. And so inside of Seacret, we started to move simple products that made sense to people. The products that they're using every day. You guys know that skincare are products people use every single day. Because part of skincare is called cleansing. Even the guys in the room I've now caught on, you should cleanse on a fairly regular basis. So we're using soap. And then what I caught on to is that people don't change out of their skincare very quickly. Once they get something, they use it. Like I was buying my People soap. Every single time I ran out of soap, I bought my People soap. Irish Spring. I buy it every single time. I will buy that soap. I go to the store specifically, get my People soap, and I will use it over and over and over. The same deodorant, the same shampoo. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Yes. When I started to catch on from a business standpoint that people are loyal to their skincare. They're loyal to the products that they're using. Sometimes we're using them just because they don't cause any harm. Not because they're doing anything special for us, but we become brand loyal. I started to catch on from a residual income base because I have mentors come in my life and say, you want to create residual income. You guys know what residual income is, right? Yeah. It's that, like, I was going to be a rapper. I was going to be I learned how to hold the mic and everything. I was ready for my hip-hop career because I wanted some reason. I wanted to do the work one time and get paid forever on it. But then Eminem showed up, messed up my whole career. Only one good white rapper at a time. Don't worry, I'll be coming out soon. So we started to build this business. We started to build this business almost 4 years ago by delivering good, high-end quality products to the marketplace. Delivering products that didn't require pitching. Delivering products that didn't require selling. Because we were letting people experience it. I don't have to talk about it. I don't have to go into all the details about it. You experience it for yourself, and then you make an educated decision based on the merits of the product, not based on my ability to communicate the merits of the product. Does that make sense to you? So we were able to build a large organization in a very short period of time. And it took us from, when we first joined Seacret, it took us from making zero money to, by our second year, we were earning over $1 million a year. Last year, doing over $2 million in personal income from moving skincare, from salt and mud. This isn't rocket science. What we did is we started to change our mindset. We created a distribution system, but it was never about my income. You know what it became about? Now we've got over 100 people within our little organization earn in excess of $100,000 per year part-time from home. This means people that have 6-second commutes to their spare bedroom offices. This means Chuck E. Cheese on a Tuesday afternoon. Look, Chuck E. Cheese, a different place on a Tuesday afternoon. It smells different. It's the ability for me to do the Nestea plunge in the pool of balls and nobody there to look at me crazy. You know what I'm talking about? For some of us, it's the ability to sleep until we're done sleeping. It's been about freedom, not about the money. We helped enough other people get what they want, and today we don't ever have to worry about what we want. Is this making sense to you guys? It's because of body butter and soap, and now we got hair care line. This is my heel, by the way. This was my heel before. I used to get in bed and my heel would hit the sheets just right and sparks would fly. Then I started using the foot cream with tea tree oil, which I found out was an antifungal. By God, if you got feet, you don't want fungal. So we got antifungal tea tree oil with the minerals. And then I use that with a little of the pure salt. Now when I get in bed, sparks fly for a whole other reason, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, we got products that provide value, that bring true benefits to the marketplace. And how many of you have heard a picture is worth 1,000 words? So I'll just show you some pictures. I love this, the mud soap. I live by the mud soap because I got sensitive skin. You touch my skin, I break out. I crossed the 45 mark and I'm still breaking out like a teenager. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So I have to have the right products to make sure that my sensitive skin, I don't have, stuff all over it anymore. And the mud soap is my lifesaver every single day in the shower. I noticed that my daughter had inherited my bad skin, and she was not, she was finding reasons not to go to school and pretending like she was sick because it's a brutal place. High school is a brutal place. Would you guys agree? Because of how you look is how you get treated. And I noticed that the acne on her face, even though she's a beautiful child, it made her feel a certain way. I could tell she was not liking the way she looked. And so she was trying to find ways to stay out of that brutal place called high school. We put her on Proactive, eventually went to steroids. She didn't even care what the side effects were because she was more concerned about the exterior appearance than what it was doing on the inside. Isn't that interesting what we're going to do? People today doing Botox, chemical, all kinds of stuff to change the exterior appearance. Surgeries, everything else. That's how we become as a society. So we put my child on when we discovered Seacret, we put my child on our least expensive product in the whole thing, a bar of mud soap. A bar of mud soap and the straight up mud mask that she does once a week. This kid's self-esteem got so high, when she would get in trouble at home, I said, look kid, I'm taking your products away from you. You forgot where you came from. You need a pimple. And I'm telling you, but this is why people go to the Dead Sea, by the way. This isn't me pitching it. This isn't something that we thought about in the basement the other day. This is 5,000 years of documentation of this is what this place does. So what if you package this place? Well, this is the kind of stuff that you start to see. These are the kind of results that you start to see. So I tell people, look at the results. Try it for yourself. I can't tell you it's a cure. All I know is if you use these products, by the way, my #1 training technique is to tell people I don't know. I don't know. All I know is check out that picture. I don't know. Your kid's got eczema or psoriasis or acne or whatever. I don't know, but let me show you some people. Let me introduce some people that use these products and they no longer have it. I'm not saying it's a cure. Maybe it won't do nothing for your child, but check it out for yourself. What do you got to lose? You guys getting this? We do simple demonstrations that show people instant results, showing people that over a period of time they're getting real results. Once they get results, what do you think they're going to keep doing? They're going to keep buying it. They're going to keep coming back for more. And that's what's created this residual machine. This is what I call long-term drinking out of a coconut money. Because whether I'm here or I'm on the beach drinking out of a coconut, the money continues to come in day after day after day after day because people are purchasing these products, again, on their own merits, not based on me being there, getting these products every single day over and over and over. You guys seeing this stuff? Face products. By the way, all of our products are designed for men and women. We have put some of the products in darker bottles so men can feel a little more manly as they're using the products today. But the formulations are basically the same. But it's these products are designed for, because the Dead Sea doesn't discriminate. The Dead Sea doesn't care the color of your skin. The Dead Sea doesn't care if you're male or female. You guys with me? The minerals work about the same if you're male or female, dark or light. And these are some more of the facial products. This is a guy you guys know. Who is this? Zach Kinney, one of our six-figure earners here in the California marketplace. And look, you see how he looked there, and now you see a little smile starting to form. Now, if you see him today, he's made six figures telling people about, look, here's what it did for me. I don't know. All I know is I went from having acne to not having acne. Maybe it'll work for you too. You guys catching this stuff? And today makes six figures by providing solutions to people's problems. More pictures. You guys seeing this stuff? Who's this kid? Where's Alan? I see Alan. Look at Alan happy as himself. Can't see a pimple at all on your face from here. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy when you're sitting in the rooms with the people that are using the products, and then you don't have to wonder why Alan is doing so well. How can you not do well? When you say because some people are pushing products they don't even believe in. You know what I'm talking about? They're doing it for money purposes only because they heard there's a business attached to it, and you can make money pushing these products. You guys know what I'm talking about. How many people have been to these type of presentations where you know the people in front of the room don't care about that product? They care about the business attached to that product. Right? Because they know that nobody would buy that product because they're usually selling it for 2-3 times more than you can buy at the vitamin shop. Are you guys with me? And that's been our problem. Then people have to sell the story. They got to sell this crazy story that's hard to believe, and it only can be driven by the distributors of the product. You know the story I'm talking about. You know, like there's this particular ingredient, this particular nutrient inside this product that only this one particular pygmy tribe can get to on their specially made canoes. And then they got to go to a part inside of this island in the center where nobody's ever been before except for them, where the lightning hit the tree that hit the zebra that created this special nutrient puddle. And with their special extraction devices, they get this nutrient puddle, they bring it back to Dr. Zhivago's laboratory, and now if you take this particular thing, you know, your cancer's cured and your wife might come back, or the dog comes home. I don't know. You guys, how many people heard these stories? And it sounds too good to be. It can't be. It's a bunch of crap. But we buy into it anyhow because, look, there's a business attached to it. Wink, wink, don't tell anybody. We're selling this product for 10 times more than you can buy at the vitamin shop, but there's a business. You get a chance to get what? Rich. If you move these products, or all you got to do is keep moving the story. Nobody really cares about the products. You know why I take so much time on the products? You know why I came here, so I'm doing the products? Because the products is what drives everything. The products is what drives Apple. Look, you want to build an Apple, you name the legacy company today, it's driven by a product. There's a product that people relate to, a product that people would buy, whether there's a business attached to it or not. We moved over $1 billion of these products in the most adversarial place on the planet called a kiosk in the mall. And you couldn't join a business, right? It was people were buying the products based on what Warren Buffett calls the objective merits of the product. And then we cut the product in half and we took it out of the mall. By the way, we're not in the malls anymore. We're down to about 15 of these kiosks. We went from, almost 400 in the United States. We're down to under 15. You know why? Can't compete. Can't compete. When the products are half the price through people that are known, that are liked, and are trusted, you can't compete in that environment. And as we expand around the world, the same thing is happening all over the world. Are you guys getting this? Is this making sense? All right. By the way, we created this video with E40 and Ludacris and these hip-hop stars with something called our peeling gel. And we're putting this peeling gel on, which happens in about 30 seconds. We're putting it on their tattoos. And again, something that shows instant results. And you know, like these guys are saying, you know, like we call it wow factor, but when they got it, it was like, oh shit factor. Like, oh shit, I haven't seen that. Now that's rapper talk. That's not me talking. I'm saying that's all the rappers talk. And we were exposing, they're saying like, I haven't seen my tattoo look like that since it was brand new. And we're showing these instruments. It wasn't designed for tattoos. We're just able to show someone right there on the spot to experience and make an educated decision, again, based on the merits of the product. My wife was doing these peeling gel parties. And it was by accident because she got an impromptu demonstration with a bunch of people, and all she had was peeling gel. So she said, we're going to do a peeling gel party. And these people were saying, my skin hasn't looked like that since I was a baby. Basically, what is this exfoliator? What I discovered is you got to get some of that dead skin off. But part of the reason why some people have acne and wrinkles and some of these things that they're dealing with is because they're not actually removing some of the dead skin. So skincare is simple. Let's clean it, let's exfoliate, and then let's moisturize it. This is rocket science. Even John Malott could do this. And so anyhow, you guys are getting this stuff. The age-defying product's real simple. The baby boomers have created every major economic trend in our society since they were born. When they were born, this huge group of people, Pampers and Huggies, and then as they were teenagers, the McDonald's and the Burger Kings became household names, global enterprises. These baby boomers created the real estate boom that we experienced, and bust, by the way, and they created the Home Depots of the world, where because they had the homes, they started to repair. Look, all we know is if there's anybody in the society that has the money, it's the baby boomers, but they're spending more money today on trying to make the exterior fit the interior. Good on the inside. I know they got some life left in it, but I don't know if you're anything like me. After I turned 40, I started to notice some slippage. You guys ever have some slippage? So I want to get rid of this slippage. And so we have this age-defying line where we now introduce some peptide technology. I'm not going to go on. I'm not doctor. I don't know. I'm not an estheticianologist. None of that crap. What I do know is what works. I tell people, look, try this product. And here's what happened to me. When I first started using it, it wasn't even about, I wasn't thinking about wrinkles at that time. But what happened to me after about 6 months of using the age-defying line, I have major scarring from the acne that I had as a kid. I still have it, but what started to happen was instead of being crater-faced, my scars got fluffier. Because, I don't know if that's a technical term, but I got fluffier, they fluffed up, you know what I'm saying? They're not so, my scars are not so defined from the acne. So what was happening is the peptides, we mimicked two peptides that apparently send messages to the brain to create collagen. After about 25, 30 years old, those messages stopped being sent. You guys got Dr. Ho right in your backyard who can explain this way better than I can. All I know is that stuff worked. All I know is that I used it and I could look in the mirror and I'm like, hey, you're looking pretty good today, John. And so I could go out and do better because I felt better. Does that make sense? And so we've got these amazing agents without introducing, chemicals and without introducing these other things that who knows what it means on the back end. And this stuff is hot. When you get around people that are more mature, these products make sense and we're moving them like crazy. And from business standpoint, by the way, I live off two things: eye serum and Red Bull. Because I don't sleep. I'm too excited to sleep. I'm moving fast. You know what I mean? Every day is a Saturday morning cartoon day for me. I'm excited about life. I'm excited about what I'm doing. I'm getting on an airplane tonight, heading to Australia, and I'll be there for a month or so. But anyhow, I'm constantly excited about what I'm doing and moving. So I don't sleep as much. I don't want to sleep as much. So I'm prone to bags underneath my eyes. Thank God for something called eye serum. You guys see this 20 minutes later. So we're telling people, don't take my word for it. Slap this on your damn saddlebag, and then you tell me. Then look in. So the big closing technique is what? Look in the mirror, Sparky. Look in the mirror. So here's an idea. This was 20 minutes later. Look, it's still there, but you see the difference? You see the difference? And these products were designed to be treatments. What we started to figure out is you could show somebody results very, very quickly. And people want what? They want results very, very quickly today. They're looking for instant results, looking for instant gratification, something that was not being done in skincare up until we showed up on the scene. Recover Mask. This is another one of our patented products. This is huge, guys. If you want to get rid of the Botox, you want to get rid of the surgery, things like that. People are looking to get that exterior appearance to feel like the interior. How many people see this in action? We do something called these wow parties, right? Where people come over and we have them slap this stuff on their face. Now, I'll have them do it on one side of the face, and I do that for a reason. The reason is because they'll look after we're done, after about 15 minutes, we'll hold the mirror up, and you'll see the side that we did looks much better than the side that we didn't do. And within 15 minutes, I'm talking about. And then the big closing technique is real simple. Would you like the side that we didn't do to look as good as the side that we did do? Give me your credit card, press hard, 3 copies next. You guys see, that's how brilliant we are as marketers. Simple stuff. And so, now the neck, a lot of ladies will tell me that the neck is where they start to see some slippage first. Not much, you can't stick a Botox needle in your neck these days, I understand. So we've got some solutions to people's challenges. More pictures. You guys seeing this? How many people know that it's cool to be James Bond? Look, there ain't a person in this room that at one time in their life didn't want to be a secret. Now we got, Spectre is out right now, and look, all I know is I'm a secret agent. I'm a top secret international agent. And what do secret agents do? We help people. We help you. We solve solutions. We go out and we do it. We do it with style. I'm telling you what we're creating inside of Seacret. It's a relevant company. We're bringing a relevant group of people here based on what's actually happening in our society. This Mr. and Mrs. Smith theme that allows not only women to come into the picture, but men. You guys know that 60% of our sales force right now are men. Men are dominating the boards all across. The top income earners in our company are men. Across the board, I'm saying, women, step up. This is supposed to be your deal. and the guys are dominated. You look at the incomes that are being made. Look, Tim Hurd somewhere in here made 7 figures, multiple 7 figures. He made $30-some thousand last week alone. I just read it. I just saw a statistic that Isaac Benchabat showed me. Apple Computers is the largest cap company in the world. You guys know this? Apple is the largest cap company in the world right now. Do you know that we have more 7-figure earners inside of Seacret than they have 7-figure employees inside of Apple? Wow. We're 4 years due, not even close to that. Now, I'm not talking about the shareholders. I'm talking about and people that are working inside the company. We're talking about people that are working inside of Seacret that are building a distribution system. That's significant to me. And when Isaac Benchabat talks about creating a wealthy community, he's obviously putting his money where his mouth is, saying, look, this is how we build a wealthy community. We do it by sharing the wealth with the people that are helping us to distribute the products. And right now, if we lack anything in California, we lack some leadership. We've got some good leaders that have set the foundation, but it's not enough. You guys got 30 million people that live in this country, this state. 30 million people that live in this state. You guys know what the potential is here? What can happen if we get out there and let people know that we've got products that have a massive impact up front, but over a period of time, bringing value to the marketplace, products that are delivering superior solutions. By the way, once they use the products, they keep using the products, they tell other people about the products, they become a perpetual money machine for some. And we have some of those people. I'm going to do things a little bit differently as they load up a video for me, and then we're going to wrap up. We have some people that we asked to share their story about what Seacret's meant for them. So if you were asked to share your story about what Seacret has meant to you, would you please come up here quickly? Was anybody asked? None of you were asked. Well, I'm now asking you. Just come up here. If you are, come on guys, you know who you are. Just come on up. Give them a round of applause. So here's what I want you to do. I just want you to tell everybody your name, your background, and what Seacret's meant to you.
My name is Brad Deddy. My background was I spent 6 years in the Navy, and what Seacret's done for me is just given me absolute freedom and time freedom to enjoy my life. So thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Alan Leguatan. Background, I work with kids full time. I took a look at Seacret because I like what I was doing, but I just hated my boss and long hours. So Seacret has actually given me hope, a light at the end of the tunnel to do what I want when I want, be a future stay-at-home dad, and to be able to do this on a full-time basis. Thank you, Seacret.
My name is Michelle Jones, and I spent 17 years in the dead-end jobs, retail. Any of you guys worked in retail before? Dead-end job. I'm just going to say that, hands go up. What Seacret has meant for me is I can help others live the life they deserve.
Hi, my name is Brian Cook from Las Vegas, Nevada. Before this, I was a police officer for 17 years. Tired of the John Malott shooting at me, not getting paid enough. Found this amazing company that's changed our life, and now we're stay-at-home parents.
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle. I work with kids with autism, so I'm a behavior therapist. And before that, I was actually in a physically abusive relationship for 5 years, and I really didn't feel like I was worth anything. And I had a chance to see Seacret about 6 months ago, and it just proved to me that I'm worth it, and that if I can do it, then anyone can do it. So thank you, Seacret.
Hello everyone, my name is Maureen Balbacino, and when I first took a look at Seacret, I just graduated from college. I was looking for a way to make some extra money to pay off some debt. My first month I was able to make an extra $400, and that easily turned into an extra $500 to $1,000. I was able to get a $10,000 worth of credit card debt in my first 10 months, so thank you, Seacret.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Caleb Ramley.
My name is Selma Dueña.
Before Seacret, we grew up in San Diego. I grew up all the time in San Diego, but we live in San Diego now. I was always working in restaurants, cleaning dirty tables, got really good, but that was hourly wage, so I ended up being, 4 years ago, I was negative in 2 bank accounts. I was in between jobs, had no car, no credit, no phone that was active every month, so dream scenario, and I was sleeping on couches before her, of course. And so a friend that was letting me stay on his couch told me I should get into this company he was getting into, which was Seacret. And with the system in place, I was able to learn. After about 14 months into it, we started making an extra $2 to $3 grand a month, which took us away from jobs. And we've been W-2 list by choice for the last almost 3 years. So don't think we'll ever have a boss again. And we get to spend all the time we want with each other, traveling and working together, building the dream. So thank you, Seacret.
Hey guys, my name is Ashley Afenier. Currently I work full-time as a nurse. I love helping others, but I just found myself super stressed out, having other people's lives in your hands every day. So when I got introduced to Seacret, the products worked on my face in 2 weeks, and in 2 months we were able to earn that extra $500 every 4 weeks, which got me out of credit card debt. And what Seacret means to me now is being able to have that hope to dream again, to do things that I actually want to do. So thank you, Seacret.
Hi again. Dan, been with the company now for 3 years. I work corporate America. I got my esthetician's license, cosmetology license. I'm just kidding. I went to UCLA. I studied mechanical engineering. Worked full time for Chevron. I design all the equipment that makes the gas. Love my job. Pays great. People are great. But the challenge is the hours are really hard. Work 40 to 70 hours a week. And I looked at my boss and his boss and her boss and so on and so forth. I realized I didn't want to be them, and I wanted something different for my life. But I wanted to continue doing what I love at the same time. So I saw Seacret. It made a lot of sense. My brother's the one that introduced me. Decided to get started, 5 to 15 hours a week. Our first month, we made an extra $1,000 part-time. My brother's 4th month, he made $6 grand. By the end of our first year, we had retired our mom. Second year, company bought me a car. And now my parents are here because they're tired of traveling, because they've been to 8 overseas vacations, thanks to Seacret in the last 2 years. And then in January, they're going to Malaysia and to Thailand again. So that's huge. Thanks to Seacret.
I think the stories are the most important part of the whole presentation, to hear other people that are just like us, people that share similar backgrounds, and when we can see people that look like us, that was my biggest challenge when I was in a room like this. I didn't see anybody that looked like me. And so I started to question, could I do this opportunity? And today we're seeing that all walks of life. Look around this room. This is a true melting pot. We can't even figure out what half the people in this room are. We're building this diverse organization. We got Christians sitting next to Muslims, and Jehovah's Witnesses next to Seventh-day Adventists, and then I can go on and on. We got black next to white, and then all the colors in between, and we're not killing each other. And that's what I love about it, because today I think one of the biggest challenges people don't have. They don't have a purpose. They don't even sure what they're doing, bouncing around. I remember when I got kicked out of I got something called a central office suspension. I got kicked out of all schools in the public school system in my community. And what's interesting is they send this thing home, this package that goes to my dad. And in this package, it's everyone that ever had contact with you inside that system, and they write this stuff about you. Of course, you don't think it's good stuff they write. So as I'm home, my dad is reading this like, "You're a ship without a rudder, kid," and all this stuff, and just really reinforcing what I already knew. I already knew I was a loser. I already knew I was a gamer. I already knew I had a drug. I already knew all this stuff. And all the people around me were reinforcing what I already had been conditioned to believe about myself. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter what it is. And some of us are conditioned to believe that I'm a mechanical engineer, so that's who I am. I'm a doctor, so that's who I am. No, that's not who you are. That's what you chose to do. That's what you participate in. But we've become what society says we're supposed to be. Does that make sense a little bit? And so I see people that have such a hard time getting out of that space, getting out of that bubble, getting beyond that, because it's those voices that play over and over inside of our head. And today, of course, I went through these products. And look, the products are just the vehicle. Hamburgers were just the vehicle for Ray Kroc. And I know what my mission is real simple. McDonald's started here in California. Ray Kroc simply put a system to not the best hamburgers in the world. You guys with me? Yeah. He systematized something. He put a process in place that allowed him in his late 50s with health problems to, before he was 70 years old, to become a multi-billionaire, become one of the richest men in the world. He created a distribution system that was second to none. That a 17-year-old here in California could run the McDonald's in Chicago. That the system crossed economic boundaries. It crossed, of course, geographic boundaries. Look, you can go anywhere in the world today and find yourself a McDonald's, anywhere in the world. And he created a system that was duplicatable, that allowed him and other people to become free.
What did Apple do? Steve Jobs created great products, of course, but it wasn't the products, it was the distribution system that made the most sense. You could have the great products and not have a duplicatable distribution system and go nowhere. There's companies with great products that are not moving today. Well, the reason why I'm here is, yes, we have great products, but those products will not move without the right distribution system. And I see some people today that they think they're supposed to come in and sell our products. And I'm going to talk about this in training more. This is not products you need to sell. These are products you share. These are products you let other people put on. Let other people experience. I don't touch nobody. I don't get in there and put some stuff on my buddies. You guys with me? I'm saying you check it out for yourself. And based on the merits of the product, you make an educated decision based on these products. And if you like what you see, then you're inevitably going to talk about it, which starts to create the distribution system that I'm looking for. Then we dumb everything down. We break it down to its lowest common denominator. Look, cheeseburger and yellow wrapper because filet of fish is in the turquoise. You guys with me? Even the architect knows the deal. French fryers on the left because the McFlurry machine goes on the right. And when we start to dumb it down, one of the challenges in California, Californians are so smart. Californians are smart people. We tend to complicate this whole, it's mud and salt. It's not rocket science. I can't even speak half the time without a cuss word slipping out, me stumbling on my words. I forget sometimes where I was going. But I knew what I could do. I knew I could build a distribution system, just like McDonald's did, just like Ray Kroc did, and I could help enough of those distributors become, you guys know what some of these McDonald's distributors have become. You can help other people create their fortune. Some of you still need to work full-time on making your living, but what if you started now, for real, started working part-time on making your fortune? What if I taught you a very simple system that you could put in 5 hours a week and get more done than 5 hours using leverage system-driven behavior?